Hello, beautiful, sacred family of light. It's Reverend HoniB here, wishing all of you an amazing Venus Friday, the 23rd of September, and day after this wonderful fall equinox, and of course, day before September 24th, that so much is going around. So I just wanted to take a moment, to really take a moment and come on live. I'm actually pulled over because I'm receiving so much to just message to share. And this message is to remind us to stay in faith and not fear. Some of you may know there's just a lot through TikTok going around, and this, again, there's another fear mongering going on, yet there's a lot of stuff behind it as well. So it's not necessary that it's untrue. There are things happening, and from the religion perspective, there's a lot happening. Biblically, there's just a lot being shown. But what I wanted to come on and share with you is, it's just fascinating between the spring equinox, where the balance of light and darkness is so balanced, and then within ourselves gives us the ability to get centered, like really centered, come into that 0 point field. And within that 0 point field, being able to have the choice in the visions that we wish to create, that we are seeing already. It's in the new earth. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. And we wish to be earthlit here because we can as creative beings. Yet we have all of these things that are playing out. Yet it's also fascinating because in order for certain things to play out, they have to be revealed. That's just the law of the universe. So whether it's the gender is light or dark, it must first be revealed. So a lot of that is being played out. Now, what's fascinating was when individuals were so busy, you did not see me a single post about the Queen, because there's a lot more behind the scene. Give no attention to that. While people were so busy with the Queen and the distraction of Queen's, so-called death, death, let's just put it that way. There were a few laws that went into effect, and one of the most important things is that U.S. Announced its inflation, not call it recession, inflation, but in a very interesting, clever way. Now, this is kind of interesting. You all hear me speak from this language because you usually don't, but I just want to share a couple of things out there. There's also these fantastic, interesting, incredible pulling away of the Vatican with its money back to itself. The Federal Reserve has gone through this interesting change right about this time, and then Shemitah just kicked in this weekend. That's that 7-year cycle when there is debt forgiveness. So then U.S. has to create a lot of inflation, especially the interest rate go really high. Yet at the same time, there's this massive craziness of the stock market. And then we had this week in Iran with sort of like rise of revelation with this beautiful sacred being that voiced her truth, and she was killed, and taking her hijab off. There was a lot happening, and a lot of it seems isolated, scattered, but it really isn't. It's all together. Now here in Florida, it just so happened this coming week, in the middle of this, we're getting prepared for Hurricane Tuesday and Wednesday. They haven't named it yet, but because it's still called interesting recession till it becomes a hurricane. I think I'm saying that right. Yet what was so interesting, when I was sitting in meditation, I was experiencing the opposite of it, the joy of it, which is within this harmonics within the collective energy. I feel what's so important to recognize, if you're a beacon of light, you're a leader, you're public, you're out owning your divine truth, you allow your voice to be spoken, you don't hold anything back, you are in your horizontal and vertical axis, you're owning your divinity, you've pulled away magnetically and electrically from the frequencies that is playing out, that is part of continuous materialization and earthing from the lower vibration. And lower vibration, what I'm speaking of, is denser consciousness that is of fear, helplessness, anger, sadness, and everything around there, shame, embarrassment. Yet at the same time, what also exists is these other higher vibrations, that is the choice with the visions of true light, true divinity, unity, beauty, bounty, magnificence, radiance, incredible, amazing, spectacular. All of this is also simultaneously playing out. So when we come to, like, let's say spring equinox, when we're in this center, we have the choice which direction to take. And of course there'll be extra influences around, so that we can choose what has kept us in our own inner slavery, not on the outside, in our own invisible prison cells. Yet at the same time, this opportunity exists to close these invisible, jail cells, the inner slavery, and end it within, to choose to give the energy and frequency to this, that also, the higher vibration that also exists. Because why I'm saying this, why all of these things that seem random, they're not. As every time you give yourself the permission to break out of your own inner jail, which means you come back home into your own divine remembrance, in your own divine light, in your own divine truth, and that breath of the oneness within your highest self, your own Akashic record. You don't have anybody to read your Akashic record. You tune in, owning it, your own team of guides, spirit guardians, your angels, ascended masters that are working with you, the galactics, the interplanetaries, all of that, and all of it to source, because all of it connected to source, to that direct light. What you're doing, you are opening that inner gateway, the stellar gateway, back into the source of creation within yourself. And what that does, that pulls away from all of these that your energy was consciously or unconsciously plugged into, that ties into, let's say, your bank account, that ties into the bills you're paying, the credit card you're using, the cash you've been spending, and the way you have been expressing yourself on a monetary level by what you've been supporting. So when that gets pulled away and it comes back into your own, there's that unveiling within your own book of Revelation that opens up. You're able to then contribute just by your beingness within this network of light. Within this network of light, when you do that, it's kind of like this time release capsule with others that are also part of this different ways. I've always been part of that first wave, and me and several others are part of that wave. When we go through it, we liberate our own selves, we resurrect ourselves from one consciousness to another expansion of consciousness, where our octave of light changes. Then we are able to affect the entire energetic field that we are on. So I was told by my team how wide this mile is, especially when we're carriers of this diamond, pure white diamond frequency, it goes out miles. So we can affect everything around it, the traffic, the trees, the animals, the shops, everything around it. And our visions play a huge role of it. So I'm saying this because as this video, a lot goes about this doomsday, whether a meteorite is hitting, stock market crashing, and there's a lot being blasted regarding tomorrow and next week. And interestingly enough, I have two different banks, both banks independent of each other, they all have a SunCoast system update going on tomorrow. So you see what's going on. So what are the things you can do? First, you can watch it as an observer but not get pulled in. So for your awareness, and then use discernment. Does this material being shared resonate with you or does it not resonate with you? Second, as you listen, notice in your body, where is the discomfort? If discomfort is coming on, meet it with love, because you can't hide discomfort. Thank you for showing this to me. I'm going to breathe love into it. Breathe platinum liquid light. Breathe gold liquid light. You behold it yourself as a parent to that is coming up. Another one, go to some body of water, whether it's a river or stream or ocean or even bath or shower. Go soak yourself. Let it wash over you. That water and that electricity inside of it that charges, that works with your inner electricity. This is so important at the cellular level. And then you can use your I am affirmations. I'm safe. I am totally protected. I am completely well. Use your I ams and feel, breathe into it. And also visualize what is showing, want to see. Say, okay, so they're showing meteorite hitting Earth. See it differently. Meteorite going away from Earth. Okay? Stock market crashing. No problem. See stock market thriving. What else are they saying? For example, inflation going out, housing market is going to be a disaster. No, you choose to see it. So choose to see what you, as a creative being of light, want to see and create on Sophia Gaia, on your walk of light. And this is also the opportunity that you have, that you are capable. So it's not about me having all these abilities that I can. You are divinely created with everything. So you also have the capability, but it's the matter of, will you choose to allow it? Will you choose to honor that? Being a supportive circle. So for example, I'm gonna have a very small circle of friends this Sunday, and you know what? With the hurricanes, we are going to be blasting the hurricanes with love. Because we can totally tune into that water and ask it to be different. Because we can. These are all of they're not even superpower, they're our natural divine inheritance that we are capable of exercising. We just have to remember that we can. And yeah, so it's exciting, and that's why I wanted to come on. And yet I'm very aware of what's playing out behind the scene, but I choose to give my energy in another way, because I've trained this. I've trained not to allow myself get pulled in, watch it, and decide differently. You have the choice as well. Although sometimes you may get really pulled in, and that's also part of it, what wants to be transformed, transcend. And this, what I'm speaking of, is not about not being compassionate, turning the other way, choosing not to see it. No, it's actually exercising the highest divine self-love that you possibly can, because you can. So that's that. So much love to you. And if you feel called, like, you know what, I really want to exercise these abilities greater, I want to have a private session, honey, with you in this 2 hours that I offer, feel free to reach out to me, HoniB1111@gmail.com. And I can, in that tours, really support you in honing these and owning it and empowering yourself, and then go with it. Because you can. You completely can. Because the Creator from Source created you in its image of love. And that love is the fabric of the universe. So you're part of that. You're not in separation of it. The remembrance and ownership of it is the key. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to just be here with you. Feel free to leave comments for me here on my YouTube channel, as well as feel free to share the video so others can be empowered. The sharing is a huge part of it. Collaboration is a huge part of this. This is how we unite together. And united, we're so strong. So much love. Aho, everyone.